Hello everyone, my name is Asyrafchazz and welcome back to yet another One Piece card game video, and we have our first ever official alternate art event card, which is pretty cool. So we're going to talk about it today, as well as some other red cards that have been revealed that kind of work well together with this card. Now it seems like, red always gets good stuff every set moving forward, but this is really one of the strongest cards I've ever seen when it comes to events specifically, especially when it focuses on removal. So that's pretty awesome as well. So we're going to take a look at this card as well as some other cards in red for OPO3, just to kind of have a little talk about them, and then we'll see if they will make their way into the metagame moving forward. If you enjoyed this video, please consider giving a like and subscribing if you want to keep up to date with more One Piece card game content. Now without further ado, let's take a look at our first ever alternate art of an event card, Firefist. So this is Firefist. This is the regular artwork of the event card. It's a red event card. It costs 3 and the sub-trait is White-Bearded Pirates, but the ability is main. That means you use it during your main phase. You may discard one event card from your hand, KO up to one of your opponent's characters with 5,000 or less power, and up to one of your opponent's characters with 4,000 or less power. And the triggered ability is to just KO up to one of your opponent's characters with 5,000 power or less. This is an insane card, like 2-for-1 removal. Yes, you are using the event card and you have to discard an event card from your hand. But the effect is so good, like you get to pop like a card like with 5,000 power or less, be it like a threat, Nico Robin or Kiku, all the works. Those are the ones that I've always mentioned are prime targets for removal. And then you can also clear like a smaller threat, like something like a 1-cost blocker with the other ability to target a character that has 4,000 power or less. And not to mention, the trigger ability is also quite substantial because 5,000 power does have a lot of targets. Yes, it's not a jet pistol, but it does cost less than a jet pistol, and the requirement isn't that bad as well, especially when you're considering that Ace as a leader cares about event cards in your hand. So if you stock yourself up with event cards that you may or may not use, you can either pitch it to this card or pitch it to Ace ability. Either way, I think this is an incredible card that will probably shift the metagame a little bit. But take a look at the alternate art of this card. It looks absolutely incredible. It's just a really nice way of showing Ace and his Firefist ability. This is such a great card artwork, and for players out there who love to bling their deck, this is definitely one of the best cards to pick up in the new set moving forward, because this is going to be, it looks great. If you want to bling your deck, this is the great way to start, because event cards, they look great with the gold border, but sometimes you just want a little more oomph, and this one really does settle it. Now this card is in the rare slot, so I'm not sure if it's going to take up the alternate art slots. It is considered an alternate art, so I assume that it's going to take out one of the slots for the alternate art moving forward, or maybe events are a separate category altogether. Once we get more information about that, we'll definitely make a video about all the alternate arts in OPO3, as I have done for the last 2 sets. So I'm really excited to find out where this alternate art slot will be, as well as all the other, will we get other alternate art events, maybe one for each color. That would be kind of cool, I'm not gonna lie. But the great thing about this card is it's, for the people who want to bling out your decks, for the collectors, you can get this card. But for the players, there's the regular version as well, so you don't really need to shell out as much money to kind of pick up your playset. I don't think event cards are that expensive overall. And it's a rare, so it's pretty easy to get. So that's really, really good. Now, since we're talking about Ace and event cards, there was another card that was revealed a while back that I haven't had the time to talk about, and it's none other than Buggy the Clown. This is a red 1-cost 3,000 power Buggy with a slasher attribute, part of the Buggy Pirates. And this character can't be KO'd in battle with slash attribute characters and leaders. I really like that they added that caveat of including leaders into this ability, because usually with characters like you have the super rare Luffy from OPO1, which I really desperately want to make good, but sometimes it falls a little bit short because your opponent's leader can just attack into it because it doesn't have the end leaders clause in the can't be KO'd by battle by strike attribute characters. So this would be an interesting addition because certain leaders with slash attribute can't directly KO this guy. So it might come into handy in situations in the future. You really have to care about the attributes of the cards, which kind of fallen off the wayside a little bit, but now they're including cards like this, so that's really good. And his ability is on play, look at the top 5 cards of your deck, reveal up to 1 red event card and put it into your hand, place the rest of the cards at the bottom of your deck in any order. So this is an ability that works really well with Ace because, you know, Ace cares about event cards, especially red event cards because he's red. And you can take a lot of stuff, you know, be it like what we just saw, the Firefist. You can even take removal such as Jet Pistol, maybe even if you need it, your Diable Jambes, because Diable Jambes always a good card to have if you're kind of going for game. And it's interesting to see that, you know, Buggy has such a strong ability. I mean, why is he just delegated to searches now? I'm not sure. Still hoping for a Buggy leader in the future for sure. But I love this artwork. I just want to say, put it out there that I hope that this Buggy has the alternate art, the box topper treatment, because, you know, it's such a great artwork. I would love to see this card have the treatment it deserves because the artwork is just amazing. It makes Buggy look so good. So this is another one that I'm really excited about. And also, you know, if Zoro players need event cards, this is also another searcher that it can potentially have. Now Zoro can potentially play up to 3 searchers with Curly, Dadan, Nami, and now this guy. So, you know, Zoro just keeps getting tools. But I don't think Zoro will definitely benefit from this unless it's a event card focused Zoro, which less likely, but it is 1 cost, so it does slot into that strategy if they need to. So that's also another thing to consider. Now, since we're on the topic of red cards, there was an unconfirmed card that was previewed from a Japanese TV show. Shout out to Hibiki to posting it on the Discord. It's called Flame Emperor. So, you know, it kind of fits into a big event card that Ace might have in the set. So this is actually pretty quite cool. We don't know much about it. They don't even have the artwork, but they did have the ability on the card. So I'm just going to go through them and then we'll talk about it. So its ability is main. If your own leader is Ace, KO up to one of your opponent's characters with 8,000 power or less. Then your leader gains double attack during this turn and plus 3,000 power. Its triggered ability is KO up to one of your opponent's characters with 6,000 power or less. Now, I just want to point this out that this card artwork right here has a 7 on top of it. So, you know, assuming that it's 7 cost, this is an extremely all-in strong ability. Not only are you KOing a threat that's 8,000 power or less, which, you know, that's a lot of targets. Combining it with like Otama, combining it with the demo deck Gordon, you can affect a lot of cards with this. Even a Whitebeard can be KO'd by this. Of course, you can just use Jet Pistol, combining it with Otama and Gordon. But now you can just use Otama and this card to get rid of something that's 10,000 power or less. So, that's like pretty damn good. And the fact that it gives your leader double attack and 3,000 power, man, that seems to me like a really strong ability. And its triggered ability is not that bad as well. To KO something that's 6,000 power or less, you can run 4 of this and just hope for the best that it gets triggered from your life. But if this card is a real thing, this is pretty cool. I mean, Ace on its own, I think it's going to be one of the defining metagame leaders in OPO3. I myself am excited to play Ace because, you know, it's red, it cares about events, it's pretty cool. I love it. And, you know, seeing that the tools that it has and seeing how Ace is a prominent character in One Piece, especially in OPO2 where it's focused on Marineford and there's manga Ace. So, you know, now we have more love for Ace in OPO3. This is a pretty cool card. Of course, this is unconfirmed. This might not make it to the set. I just thought I wanted to share this because if this is a real card that's going to come to OPO3, it's gonna be pretty cool. I would love to see someone use this and then double attacking with your leader. It's pretty great. So there it is. Those are the cards I wanted to talk about in today's video. I really think the alternate art of Ace looks really good. I mean, the Firefist Ace is cool, and if you are planning to play Ace in the future, you get the alternate art leader, you get this guy, you get the alternate art Whitebeard. You can essentially bling out your deck, which, you know, I know some people out there would love to have shiny cards on your side of the field, but this is an interesting premise to present like alternate art event cards because I love that they're doing this. because in terms of other TCGs out there, they have kind of like sorceries or instants that have full arts, maybe like even textless, and those are kind of favored by people because it's just a different way to bling out your deck. So the fact that this has an alternate art, almost a full alternate art without the border, I wish it was without the border, but you know what, this is still pretty nice. It's a great card. I think it's a great incentive moving forward for people to want to open up OPO3 and for collectors out there to collect these cards if they would like to. That's all for today's video. I just really wanted to talk about the alternate art, and it seems to be a cool deck moving forward, and I'm excited to try him out once OPO3 drops. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching this video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.